What is up? Greetings, my friends, and welcome back to the Home Slice. Bottom screen, we've got a Paramilitary 2 sent to me by my friend Calvin in REX45 steel with DLC coating. Top frame, we've got a Cruwear CPM Steel Paramilitary 2 by Spyderco. Also, sporting some natural canvas micarta. That knife belongs to me. Both knives start off with a sharpness reading of around 220 grams, 215 I suppose on the Cruwear, but not the most impressive readings if you use a best tester, but I have been finding that some of these dual grit edges do cut surprisingly aggressively and long if I allow them to have those high starting numbers, so I've left them for this test. The biggest observation that I have between the two of these blades in my rope cut testing was that the Cruwear actually seemed to lose its aggression ability. It's a little bit less sort of strictly wear resistant, and it seemed to sort of wear down a little bit faster. The design of a Paramilitary 2 has good ergonomics in my opinion, and a lot of these Spydercos that I've been using have really stuck in the 200 to 300 grams best category for longer than the other blades that I've tested in the past. The Cruwear did not adapt super well to the test, though it gave a good result. In the end, it cut 16 cuts, where the REX45 was an absolute beast and went on and on, eventually doubling the numbers of the Cruwear before it finally passed the 400 gram mark for 32 cuts through this Manila rope. That is the second best reading that I have ever done so far. I guess the third best if you count the two 10V readings as separate. The 10V that my friend Jason sent me, I believe, did 40 and 42 cuts respectively. So edged out this REX45, but Jason's also running the 10V that performed the best at around 66.5 Rockwell and probably about 5/1000ths of an inch behind the edge. So very impressive performance from REX45 and decent performance from Cruwear. To be honest, Cruwear was dead even with Spy27, which did very well and did better than things like CPM154 or S35VN steel. Overall, I'm very pleased with the result from both of them, but the REX45 is more of a surprise. I did not realize that it would exceed many of the normal numbers by so much and even reach up there to almost touch the coattails of CPM 10V. So very good performance from REX45. I do apologize if any of the best readings are difficult to see or if it moves too quickly. This REX45 edge lasted so long that I actually had to speed the video up about 20 times for it to fit the length of this voiceover, and so things are moving very quick. I think the actual test took me more than an hour, which is insane. But if you have been struggling to follow along, I've taken all of the best measurements every 4 cuts, and I've got them on a chart coming up here in a second. Moving on to a chart here, you can see the two blades we have just tested, REX45 being in the red, Cruwear being in the green. They're stacked up against the longest lasting edge that I have tested so far, that being the Blank Blades 10V that I referenced earlier. A really good example of a high alloy super steel in Vanex, which did 20 cuts, and a really normal powder steel or a really normal result for a decent steel in CPM154. You can see Cruwear's falling right in between CPM154 and Vanex, and you can see REX45 is falling right between Vanex and 10V. So very interesting results. I really like both of these steels. They're really interesting steels. I kind of like the semi-stainless tool steels or the more carbon steel type tool steels. I can't wait to get these guys in my pocket. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions or if you've had a similar experience with REX45 sort of exceeding your expectations. If you'd like to see another of my videos, there's a link on screen now. For the rest of you, I'll say peace out from the Home Slice. I hope you guys have a great day.